Shalom, Akim, giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakakadash, Brakati Yahweh, Brakati Yahweh Shah, Brakati Yahweh, Brakati Yahweh Shah, Tawadi Yahweh, Yahweh Shah, forgive me this truth, and forgive me the inspiration and motivation to do this quick lesson right here, man. Alright, Lord, well, but found number to be delivered. Alright, but for now, we're gonna keep it pushing. So, Shalom to the black out there, households and families, beginning with great millstone, like brothers like to say, the affiliates and all that. So as the scripture had said, in Ezra's, we know that many are gonna perish in this time to come. So Lord willing, like I said, we'll found them to be delivered. All right, but to the affiliates out there, those that are in this truth, and that you're gonna have those that are gonna come to this thing, and they're gonna scarcely make it out of here, man. They're gonna scarcely make it from this nuclear destruction supposedly. So Lord willing, we make it back home somehow, right? So which is the kingdom, really. The kingdom is where it's at. So hopefully that happens soon, man. All right, we get the kingdom, and we start ruling once again as great and honorable men that lay down their life for this truth, man. You're gonna have men that actually that are gonna suffer this thing but remain diligent and actually receive a crown afterwards. So that's gonna be heavy, and it's gonna be beautiful, man. Actually exploring this world and all that, because the scripture talk about the entrances thereof, man. So we looking forward to that too, all right? The entrances, and just, man, bro, it's gonna be beautiful. Like I said, it's gonna be that's why these lessons are needed sometimes, because it'll encourage brother, that's in the faith, but like I said, the kingdom, all this stuff is coming back in a heavy way. The certain smells and everything, man. It's gonna be beautiful. So let's see what scripture I'm gonna start off with, man, because Alright, so yeah, man. Let's even talk about, thoughts of mortal men and all this. We looking forward to being immortals, man, out here. But, let's see, man. Start off with Psalms, man. Alright, this is Psalm 109, and this is Psalm 109, and 26. It reads, "Help me, O Lord, my power. O save me according to thy mercy." Yeah. Our power being Yahweh, man. He's gonna save us according to his mercy, man. It says that they may know that this is that hand that thou, Lord, hast done it. Yeah. Alright, Psalm 110 and 5. The Lord at thy right hand shall strike through kings in the day of his wrath. Yeah, that's another thing, you're gonna have the nations bow down, and a lot of people are gonna be casting off their things, man. Scripture tells us this too, man. That's how there's a time for everything, So, but yeah, that's what's clearly being being seen, man. That's being shown forth because it's like, you gotta be honorable. You gotta understand that, you can't cast your you gotta learn how to not cast your pearls before the swan. So you gotta learn how to, preserve certain things, sustain your life, man. Be better. That's why diligence and order is very important in this thing. That's how I feel. Because, you know, in order to get that crown, man, I'm telling y'all, man, y'all gonna have brothers is gonna have to learn how to be in order. But yeah, man. Let's see what else we could get through the spirit. Um, let's get this out. This is Matthew 7. Matthew 7, and I'll start at 18. It says, "A good tree cannot bring forth evil fruit, neither can a corrupt tree bring forth good fruit. Every tree that bringeth not forth good fruit is hewn down and cast into the fire." So, Lord willing, like I said, we're found never to be delivered, and we bring it forth that good fruit. Because this is what it's truly about, man. Bringing in good fruit. Fruits meet for repentance. You know, but yeah, like I could see this within the traits of the elect and all that stuff, man. You know, yeah. So I could see that within the traits of the elect. Um, for each brothers, man. Like there's a lot that we have in this life, and then whatever you live it out to be, man. That's what it is. But yeah, man. That's the thing. You know, um, you know. That's the thing. These people, they can't do nothing against this truth before it. So at the end of the day, make sure you set the house in order. Get get things right with the Most High, man. Lord willing, all right, all us brothers, man. Lord willing, find a way to get that redemption that we need. All right. There's a lot of stuff going on, but Lord willing, we get down for our crowns, man. I want to be able to get down for the crown at the end of the day. That's what it's truly about. I feel like getting down for the crown. Not a Jake. They caught up too much into the world and and what's going on. It's entertainment. It kind of leads our people astray. So I wanna have it so where I could be able to have that discipline from like it's like a father disciplining his child. So it's like that's how I feel. That's a good thing to do. When it comes down to disciplining your children in a way, man. So yeah, man. All right, but yeah, it's very important that that Jake doesn't get led astray though. So, but yeah, you know. So let's see what else we could get. You know, because this is what's gonna make us better. Better as men. Battle hardened, being battle hardened. Really getting down for the crown and like, man. This is what's really gonna make us like, conquerors. To defeat this flesh. Defeat the flesh and all this, man. You know, this is what's gonna. This is what's gonna. You know, really gonna help us in a way, man. To get that crown that we need. All right. So, yeah, I'm gonna end up with this. 1 John 4 and 2 says, "Hereby know ye the Spirit of the Most High. Every spirit that confesses that Yahweh Shah Mashiach is coming, the flesh is of God." Yeah, is of God, man. You know, so you need to confess the Lord is coming to the flesh. Hey, you good? All right. So, hey, keep believing in Yahweh Shah, man. You know, and yeah, man. All right. Keep believing in the Lord, all y'all can, man. You know. All right. You know, you don't want to be believing in every spirit out here either, man. You want to make sure that you keep your medicine strong. All right, Akim, and keep pushing, man. You know, remember that's another thing. Keep your medicine strong, man. You know, don't give the adversary a chance or opportunity, man. You know. All right. So, hey. With that being said, I'm pretty much end there. Say, Kol Haloyim La Yahweh Ba'ashem Yavashah, man. Alright. Shalom wa barakim la bakarim shal yasha'Allah, man. Which means peace and blessings, to the elect of Israel, right? Barakateh Yahweh, Barakateh Bashah, the water Yahweh, Yahweh Shah, forgive me, there's truth, man. Alright. May we endure to the end and may we keep pushing, man, and not get offended, at all. But to just, put forth this truth, man, So remember, man, hearken unto Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahshua, man, because that's what's gonna make you a better individual. All right, all you brothers, man, Lord willing, we found that I'm about to be delivered. With that, shalom.